Hello, welcome to another episode of Making Videos in the Dark. I should take this bracelet off. Do you like my chains? This is the necklace I wear when I pity the fool. Hey y'all, welcome back. I ended up getting way more done last weekend than I thought I would, so I'm super excited to let you know my shop is open. I've got 6 zines available in there so far. Some of them have reworked covers to kind of make everything look a little bit more cohesive, and I'm really excited about it, so check that out. I'll leave a link below. I wanted to tell you about one of the zines today. This is the first poetry zine I made. It's called Like Someone in Love, which is a Bjork song, if you are a fan of Bjork. I'm a very big fan of Bjork. And I made this zine when I was trying to make 300 zines in a year. It didn't work out, but that's okay. I really enjoyed working on it, and I made a lot. I can't even remember how many, but I made a lot. I didn't really get close to 300, but I made a lot. And I needed to make a zine that day, and I didn't know what to make a zine about, so I took a bunch of old poetry that was just sitting in a journal somewhere and made sure I liked how it was formatted, and I printed it up in a little zine, and I liked it so much that I'm still offering it in my shop today. So this is Like Someone in Love. It is 14 pages of poetry, and a lot of them are love poems or kind of love based. My favorite one is actually the last one in the collection. I think I wrote it in 2006. I was inspired to write it because I found some gray hairs when I got out of the shower and was looking at myself in the mirror. It's called Under the Bow. It had been a lazy day, and we showered together in that quiet, thoughtful way, simply 2 people getting clean, late in the afternoon. Stepping into the bedroom and away from the sink, humid air clung pink like sponge sugar to my skin. On the dresser, the gift I'd bought myself. Strands of chrome beads, perfect like rows of robot dentists, or the teeth of robot dentists. Shooting rays as they threw the light caught the eye. I put it on before dressing, and it hung tangled against my heart, cold and heavy between my breasts. The skin leapt with the excitement of a child before a brightly wrapped present on her birthday. Today, after showering together, I hummed while brushing my teeth, combing my hair, and there in the mirror on the left side of my part were 2 silver strands, each coiling as it saw fit. I watched her as her brow knit, and she moved her part to the right 1/4 of an inch, singing No Not Baby Anymore, smoothing curls with fingertips. So that was actually something that I wrote and submitted to a poetry zine way back in the day before I was even making zines. It was called Plain Spoke, and it was in maybe like the 2nd or 3rd issue of Plain Spoke. And yeah, I always really liked it. I was reading a lot of Bukowski at the time. When I make zines, I like to cut them at the top and the bottom. I like to make them 5 by 7. They fit really well into an envelope that way. And if you can get them into a 5 by 7 envelope, I don't know if you knew this, but you can just put a forever stamp on it and send it on its way. And you don't have to charge people $1 million to ship your zine to them. So I like to keep them at the 5 by 7 size because it makes it easier and cheaper to ship. I remember back in the day, I haven't seen this in a long time, maybe the post office doesn't let you do this anymore, but the post office used to let you just like seal the zine with stickers on each side. And then you could just have the person's address here and just stamp the zine itself and send it in the mail. And the post office used to deliver it that way. I don't know if they still do, but that was kind of a cool old school thing that you could do. I remember I posted this one online probably around 2005, 2006, and somebody on the website that I posted it to, their feedback was like, if you want people to connect with you, then why don't you try making sense every once in a while? And I responded back with, hey, I was asking for feedback, not for you to print this out and hang it on your fridge. So if you could actually just give me feedback, that would be great. And that guy actually friended me on that website because he thought that was funny. I can't even remember the name of the website. There used to be a website where you could upload poetry and people would leave feedback. It was kind of like almost the way Lyrics Genius has like a highlighted part with annotations. You could do that for other people's poetry and leave them feedback on their poems. And that was a really cool website that, you know, was not profitable, so probably lasted like 18 months and then it was gone. This one's called Wind Rewind. Inside, all those tiny pieces, gears and springs work together. Behind the hands, the face, the indiglow, they're synchronized. Keep good time. You must take care of each individual part. Oil, grease, brush, dust, blow on it. The body is a timepiece. Tick, tick, tick. Do not overwind. If you breathe in deeply, your ribs open, lift, widen and rise. Diaphragm sealed tight. Lungs swell and wrap the heart. Keep it in place. My heart is still in there. But what if your lungs and ribs weren't synchronized? Diaphragm popped open. What if your heart slides out of your ribs and rolls out of the bed while you're sleeping? Wet spot on the carpet. It could stain if you don't get to it in time. Pick off cat hair and bits of fuzz. Blow on it. Rinse it. Throw it in the dishwasher, top rack. Or sneak it in with a load of underwear. Gentle cycle. Line dry until an unexpected summer storm. 15 minutes is just long enough to make puddles warm. In my sleep, I breathe shallowly. I wake from nice dreams and gasp. My heart fell like a spiny thing in the wind. Too heavy for the sweet gum branch. It plays all these pieces. Pause, fast forward, rewind. My ribs are a box. My diaphragm an open flap. My lungs, styrofoam packing. Slide out the brand new VCR. No one buys those anymore. Glow in the dark. Blink, blink, blink. Menu, select, clock set. I like that one. I remember reading Stiff, The Curious Lives of Human Cadavers, and she talks about how your ribs expand, and just like laying on my side and breathing really deep and feeling my legs, my lungs expand. But also just like the idea that the body keeps time and the heart is like the second hand when it beats, taking time away. I really liked that imagery. I went ahead and ordered myself a new kit. It's not really a kit yet, but I really enjoy having vintage Samsonite luggage, and so wanting to make a little zine kit, like I mentioned in the video before, that I can move from room to room. I did go through the old like plastic bins that I have, and there wasn't anything that was large enough to fit my paper cutter and my long arm stapler. So I decided that this was the perfect excuse to buy myself a vintage suitcase. And it should be here sometime this week. They shipped it today. So I made sure that the dimensions were right, and I should be getting a vintage Samsonite suitcase to make myself a little zine kit. So whenever that shows up, whether it's this week or next week, I'll make sure to make a video and show you what other stuff I put in the zine kit besides the zines themselves. Maybe we can talk a little bit about how I print them out and make them. Anyway, it's a short one from me this time, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend and that you're making something cool. And if you are a new subscriber, hello, thank you so much for subscribing. It's so exciting. Every single time it happens, it just does not get old. Appreciate you, love ya. Until next time, keep making, do it yourself.
Yeah, you good boy.